And let's say a warm good evening to all of you, our viewers, on this beautiful Friday evening. Today is the second day of January 2026. We are in a new year. We want to wish each and every one of you a very prosperous new year 2026. And as we usher in this year, we pray that everybody, every one of us, will have the best of the year. Let me welcome my colleagues, Paul Lord Triple, Mr. Maurice Dolly. Welcome, guys, and Happy New Year.
Well, Happy New Year to you guys. Happy New Year to everyone that following us, and Happy New Year to the entire world. It's good to be back here, 2026. I want to say thank God that we made it into 2026, and I hope that the Almighty guide us through into 2027. I want to say thanks to be among the living again. Want to be encouraged. How are you guys doing?
Thank you very much, Portugal Place and Mr. Lee for work. Glad to be with you guys, and Happy New Year, and many more years to come in our life, and good prosperous for 2026. This is the Bottomline, as I said. We don't fabricate story. We see it as we see it, and we are not here to sugarcoat anything with anyone. You either take it or you leave it, but we will not sugarcoat any story here. So that's what we can do. That is the characters of Bottomline. Thank you very much. Glad to be here tonight, and wish everybody the best.
Great, great, great. Pastor, it's good to be here. Linfo, what say you?
You meet her, please.
Well, I just want to join you guys in wishing each and every one of us a Happy New Year. And, like we said, this is a new year. Nobody knows what this year will come with, but we are hoping for the best. We humans, we live by hope, and that's why we even hope that we'll see tomorrow. But it's good to be back here on the Bottomline Liberia discussions. Tonight, we're going to be, as usual, looking at international news, what's happening around the world, Liberia being part of the global community, and where we live also being part of the global community. So we will be looking at international news, and from there, we'll end up in Mama Liberia. And Paul has a complete lineup of what we're going to be discussing tonight, and we'll go to Paul to briefly tell us some of the things that we'll be talking about. And, of course, we'll take our musical break, and when we come back, we'll be going directly into our discussion. Of course, we are down by some minutes already, but never mind, we can make up for those minutes. So, Paul, we want to take us through just briefly on some of the things that we'll be talking about tonight.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Linfo. I want to say for those of our audience that just joined, I want to say Happy New Year. I will be looking at Mama Africa first as a continent. What's going on? And the advice to African leaders will be you will be playing something on it, and also be looking at why is it Israel have to recognize Somaliland that nobody want to recognize, but that broke away from Somalia in 1991. Why is it now Israel want to recognize Somalia? What's going on? We'll be looking at that. And then we'll be moving on to Liberia. Speaker Richard Cohn, the allegation on him from his wife that is been trading in Liberia. And the family has come out to say Cecilia Cohn is the blood sister of Richard Cohn. And in our political law, if that happens, both of them should be in prison. Should Richard Cohn resign? That would be one. We'll be looking at the Mana River Union Project in Foya. The President Barker lied to the Liberians based on that project. So why is it when someone lies, when it roll under the carpet, we don't talk about it? Then we'll be looking at the arrest agenda. Have we benefited so far from the arrest general? That is the question. So our audience stay with us. Will be that will be interesting. And something I'll send you a link for. Melvin Cole said something about Rachel Cole, and I want you, when we reach to that point, I want you to play that video for us. That the now lawmakers are now asking Rachel Cole to step down, and I think we need to add our voices to that too. So, guys, that's the talking point for tonight.
And so it promises to be very exciting tonight. From the layout that Paul gave, I think there's a lot to discuss about Mother Liberia, and they are interesting. And we told you before the end of 2025, we told you that the Bottomline Liberia is going to take a different stance this new year and fast forward going to 2027, 28, or 29, or to the elections, the very day of the election. The Bottomline Liberia is going to be a different kind of Bottomline Liberia. We're going to be going hardcore. We're going to be going strong sometimes, and we're going to discuss the issues as they unfold. But right now, we're going to take our musical break, and when we come back, then we'll be going to the discussions. The reason why we play the music is for you to settle, get your cup of coffee, or maybe get something closer to you while you sit and watch us, and then participate in the show. Do not look at us. We are not television. We are not actors. We are real people. We want you to add your voices to what we're saying. You can leave your comments in the comment box. So we go to Tapping J to take us through, and while the music is playing, we can share the show. When we come back, we'll go directly into our discussions.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber. Stop sleeping. Wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands, wave your hands. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. You gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people who us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. Betray us so much. I said they lie. The people who us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrate us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to be? You see, we just tell you. That's why we go tell you. But you screw us. You screw us. You use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. Betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go for us. No one to trust. My people, no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough of time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. Betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go for us. promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach in D and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw it frustrate us. So why can't you lie? Why can't you steal? Why can't you allow the citizens to breathe? You see, we just tell you that why we vote tell you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that the question that we ask.
Oh, charge my phone.
Well, we want to say thank you very much for sitting in. We are here. We're going to be discussing the issues as they unfold. But tonight is a special night. The fact that this is the first edition for 2026, and I think I see everybody's in high gear. Paul is in high gear. Padol is in high gear, and we'll be discussing things about Liberia and about the whole of Africa. So, Paul, I know you already gave the line of what we'll be discussing, but I want you to do something for us. Just briefly, the year that just ended, 2026. How did you see this year? Was it a success in terms of governing or the citizens? What do you think? I mean, for of politics, right? But just your own impression as a Liberian citizen. You were in Liberia at some point, and just speak on behalf of the ordinary people. Talk for them.
Well, thank you, Linford, and I want to say, Happy New Year to our audience here that following us. Look, Linford, the fact of the matter is, what I observed in Liberia in 2025 is something that everybody need to pay attention to. There is some propaganda been going on by the government that things are so good, that debating roads, electricity, but there's no money in the country. People are hungry and we get more backers now in Liberia. That's what I observed while I was there. People are really suffering. So all of these stories that come out, oh, we're putting lights up here, that is the government of Liberia responsibility to put light and water, for Christ's sake. Those are basic commodities that we all need. So there's no jobs. Job business is a nightmare in our country. So you find out that people are suffering and people are beggars. So things, the propaganda that being run, oh, things are cheaper now. You see, they're doing well. We get running water, we get electricity. No, government is continuity. So whatever started from Ellington is the same thing that is going on. There's nothing changed. And that's how I see it. The country have not gravitated on a different level. They stay on that pathway. Nothing have changed. And while in Liberia, people are struggling, and then the issue came up about the $10 million project in 4 years. That took government were a bit confused to tell the people what this project was all about, to find out in the end of the year, before the president came to say, oh, it's something that he was not aware of. But if you take whole, according to Dennis, it's 6 million, but it takes 6 million to put on a project that would not benefit anyone. And people are hungry. Then what does that tell you about? So all of these things that you post street light, but the people are hungry. And that is the bread and butter issue that have not been addressed in the 2 years of the government. So in Liberia, things are hard. That's my entire view while being on the ground and interacting with the people.
Okay, thank you so much, Paul, the Lord Chirupe. Now, we're going to start from Africa, right, on the show tonight. We're going to start from Africa. Tell us what will be the first thing what I will be talking about in Africa, and then we can do the rest of the stuff.
Well, thank you, Linford. The thing is, we want to focus on the Horn of Africa, Somalia in particular. Somalia been in crisis for since 1990, almost the same time when Liberia crisis was coming to an end. They've been in serious crisis up to now. Somalia have not recovered from that. There is a breakaway group from Somalia called the Somaliland, and no country in Africa, even in the Middle East, have recognized Somaliland. So there is an issue between the two groups. But then Israel came out the middle of December, just before Christmas, to announce that it recognized Somaliland. So the question here is, what's the motive behind it? Now, Israel, before it was in October, the UN, there were a lot of countries in the world that recognized Palestine as a nation. Israel refused to accept it with America. But they see Israel that refused to recognize the Palestine. Today they recognizing Somaliland. So what the objective behind recognizing Somaliland? And this has brought a lot of problems in the region. So, but before we get into that, I just want somebody did a little video clip to show the diagram of that Somalia, that area, because they share border with Djibouti as well and Ethiopia. But something very interesting, why Israel is keen on Somaliland. So let me put this little thing out there. We can have a discussion on it. There's a little map and somebody explaining why.
Why is Somaliland so important for Israel? Somaliland is actually a region of Somalia in Africa, but the people living there consider themselves a separate state. The interesting fact is that no country in the world except Israel has recognized Somaliland as an independent state. Somaliland has its own currency, its own passport, and its own police force. It is a Sunni Muslim state with a population of around 6 million people. This region came into existence in 1991 after a war of independence against former dictator General Siad Barre. However, from that time until today, no country has been willing to officially recognize it as an independent nation. Somaliland is located right at the mouth of the Gulf of Aden, a route through which trade between Europe and Asia passes. For Israel, this route is a lifeline because Israel imports oil from Arab countries through this same route. Now that Israel has recognized Somaliland as an independent country, it is obvious that Somaliland will have to offer something in return. Most likely, Somaliland could allow Israel to establish military bases on its territory. From these bases, Israel would be able to protect ships passing through the Gulf of Aden and the Red Sea from Yemeni attacks. In addition to this, Israel would also be able to closely monitor Yemen and other surrounding countries from this strategic location.
Gentlemen, so this is the thing that is the reason why I play that little graphic over there is to just give all the understanding why this guy thinks, why Israel want to have that. Remember, Yemen have always tracked Israel when it comes to the people of Palestine. So giving them access to the Somali, how they call it, Somaliland, that is direct confrontation with them. That's why the video is showing. So of all places, why Somaliland that is in crisis? This is the talking point. Linford and Padole will start with you.
Thank you very much. What I know about that country, Siad Barre was the president of Somalia. That country, you see, this way is a one single tribe, but two categories of human being. Somali. They got the old slave, they got the slave master. That's a Canaan. But all speak the same language. That's Somali and Somaliland. All speak the same language. But they got two classes of a human being there. They got a slave master and they got a slave. The guys then that was in the armies, most of them that were in the armies, and of course, rebellion to start. More especially the general, the used to call General Galan. You understand what I'm saying? In Somaliland, he's from
General John Garang was from Sudan, though. He's
No, I'm
from.
sorry, not General John Gala. I mean this guy here, man.
But I think the question Paul is asking to go directly to the question is,
I'm
why,
going to. I'm
why
going
is
to.
the interest? What is the interest that Israel wants?
Yeah. Before you go, before I explain the interest, I will tell you the rationale behind this thing. Then, more especially those that right now declare themselves as a Somaliland, they are mostly Sunni Muslim. I don't care what happened, they will not agree with Yemen because Yemen, most of the Muslim in Yemen are Shia Muslim. You understand what I'm saying? It's really two different things. The Sunni Muslim and the Shia Muslim, they can see eye to eye. So Israel taking the opportunity to have friendships with the Sunni Muslim people in Somaliland in order to spy on Yemen. That is a major reason why they're having a relationship with them. And they must
Great.
succeed establishing their base and whatever embassies and all kinds of administrative procedure in that area because of the crisis between the two groups. Yemen, majority are Shia Muslim. Somaliland, all are Sunni Muslim. And they can see eye to eye. You understand
Right.
what I'm saying? That could be the major
Yeah.
reason.
Right.
But,
So, Lincoln,
Somali as a whole, if anybody think that the war gonna finish right now, you must be dreaming. Because all of them speak the same language,
okay.
but they got different thinking.
Great.
The
Great.
slave
So,
master, the slave master and the slave. That's the kind of mentality they have in Somalia. So it's very difficult.
okay. Thank you, Pat Dolly, for that historical background of the Shia and the how do you call it, the Sunni. Welcome, Jamal. Happy New Year. Good to see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you. It's been a while. Yeah, it is. Been quite
Oh, New
busy.
Year for true. My microphone working.
Thank you very much. Welcome, guys. And yeah, been a while. Family issues or work problems and a lot of stuff. But good to be back on the Bottomline. Thank you, guys. Thanks for holding the ground.
Yeah, excuse me,
Thank God that your microphone working.
I'm not cutting you off. The general in Somalia is the news of call him uh shit. I just
Share
anyway.
Barry.
No,
Share Barry.
Shia Barry was the president.
Oh, which general?
Father Adi, General Father Adi. That was
Okay.
his name. General Father Adi. He died
All
long
right.
ago.
Thank you. Jamal, Lincoln, before Jamal will end us on it, we're just discussing about why is it Israel at this time have to recognize Somaliland, and there is a dispute over there. Somalia is not going to give us Somaliland, and there is a conflict. Although Somaliland have their own government that is set up, but they still honor Somalia. But all of the blue Israel who refuse to recognize Palestine as a state is now recognizing Somaliland. So the discussion here is why is it that Israel of all people to recognize Somaliland? But we had a video play earlier. Somebody narrowed it because Somalia, you see, where they have the Red Sea above Somalia, there's Yemen. And Yemen have been attacking Israel with regards to Palestine. So taking Somalia, recognizing Somaliland, they want to use that as their air base to attack Yemen and how they call it, Iran. It's not far. Instead of passing through all of the other countries. So this is the argument. So we just having, why is it this time? Why are they point? So Linford, I want you to chime in and Jamal can close on and move forward.
Look, the thing is very simple. Israel, in fact, in the first place, what is Israel in terms of a country to recognize any country, another country? If Israel is right with conflict, they got no stability, and then they want to recognize another country, they are invading a country called Palestine, and they want to recognize another country. So the motive is clear. If you look at that particular video you show, there is the Suez Canal. The Suez Canal is right there, and it's connecting the Middle East to Africa. And so, in order for Israel to be able to, like the video said, to build a military bases and be able to be attacking uh, Syria, I mean, or not Syria, Iran and other countries,
Yeah, man.
they want to have access to that canal where they can also they can use the canal to transport their goods by ship. It's a lot of, I mean, it got commercial interest, it got military interest. That's all about it. Nothing. Israel does not love any other country other than itself to say they're going to recognize Somalia. No. And the people of Somaliland, since they want to break away from Somalia, so probably they will just agree to be used. And this is a sin slave mentality where somebody will come to you and say, look, I will do this if you come to me. I will protect you. And I mean, it's like, whether this is a curse on African countries where they always want this savior, some savior to come from somewhere to save them. You see? So I think the underlying factor right there is all about military interest, and that's it. Okay, the commercial power will come. When they have total control, then the commercial power will come. But the number one priority is to have military control over that particular stretch of land. Okay, once they have control over it, as you can see, it's situated right on the edge of the Red Sea, and then on the other side of the Suez Canal. So every ship that will be coming from Israel can get passed through there and probably go to attack whichever country they want to attack. And at the end of the day, I don't think the Somaliland will have anything to even benefit. But this is it. We will wait to see what much effect.
Yeah, Linfo is muted. You muted, Linfo.
We might just be surprised to hear that America might also recognize them if Israel is recognizing them.
Yeah. Thank you, Linfo. Jamal, what say you, man? It's good to see you. Happy New Year, brother. It's been a while. What say you? You muted. You muted, Jamal.
Thank you. Anybody can say whatever anybody can say regarding to what Somalia, Israel is doing. Somalia has been around since 1991 when they broke away from the bigger Somalia. And Legislature Child has been outcast, looking for somebody to identify with. So if Israel as a country is coming out to say that we recognize Somalia as a sovereign state, well, they'll be, hailed, they'll be happy, they will be want to receive it as a good news. And Somaliland will be one of the countries say, well, thank you very much for having us because we've been looked down for years. And Somaliland, if I'm a president of Somaliland, and I will be happy to see Israel as one of the controversial countries in the world that will want to take me as a country. Because if you look at Somaliland, comparatively, it's doing better than most of the independent and sovereign states around Africa. They have a very good currency, they got a stable economy, and they have good development going on and doing very well in many directions. So I don't know why they don't want to give Somaliland their independence. Whoever says Somaliland is Israel doing it for interest, of course. Who is not working for interest? The Great America is doing it for interest, and everybody is working for interest. Somaliland, Israel won. If Israel, you look at it, say, he has a very good security connections, like and one of you were saying here. You know where Somaliland is situated? It's situated next to around the something as a river area where we connected with the military supply and also an oil. I think something's in that area that's Israel. I'm trying to get a lay on that, but I've not completed my research. Israel is interested in. So Israel is doing well. I mean, Israel. I don't even have my issue. Also, my issue with Israel in terms of what they're doing in Palestine. I think Somaliland has been there for a very long time. Needs some recognition. Some years back, African countries went together saying that they don't want Somaliland to be a country. They should be together with Somalia as a state. Look at Somalia, guys. For how long this country has been fighting. This is one country, one religion, one ethnicity. Yeah. for how many years before Liberia started a civil war? So Somaliland has been there in the corner. I mean, secure, serving state, kind of, so, but nobody wants to organize. So I don't see the argument. I don't see the argument.
Yeah, yeah.
We
If you
I come in, Paul. Like the last time when Erling Johnson was in power, America was having some deals with Liberia. They want to use Liberia, a base in Liberia to base some kind of military connections where America can sit there and watch over the world. And people go rushing to America asking for their support. The last time the pro-African president went to America asking for help, but they're not seeking their own interests. So if Somaliland has been recognized by Israel and other countries follow suit, yeah, that country need to be recognized. That country need to move forward because they're doing good. We need to recognize that. So I support Israel supporting, recognizing Somaliland, and other countries should follow suit, and the countries should move on because they're doing well compared to more African countries. Somaliland, if you control to Liberia, is better than Liberia. It's a same population in Liberia, got an independence, all independent 1991. Compared to that, we have 1847. See the difference, compare the difference. So I don't know why people want Somaliland to get independence.
so Jeremiah, you're right. They've been in conflict for a very long time, and we know that. But the catch here is African Union and the Middle East, because everyone have their interest somewhere. African Union, if they allow that happen, tomorrow Nigeria could split too. So this is a fear that they have
Don't worry,
because they have it. I just gave you an example. So this is the fear that they have. So maybe Maryland could get there and say, oh, we don't want to be part of Liberia anymore because it's the whole of Liberia, the governing system is damn corrupt.
Let me stop you there.
I just gave. Let me learn. Then you come in. Yeah. So this is the fear of the OU that they don't want this split happening. Remember, you have the crisis with Ethiopia, with Eritrea. So all of these, when Somaliland goes, all of these little countries that also want to go. Look at Congo and Congo Brazzaville. So you have plenty of countries in Africa. This is the fear of them. Talk to me, Jamal.
Yeah, but Paul, I'm not stopping you, but let me add a little bit on what you're talking. Jamal, the thing is not about argument. People are not arguing. The thing is, me, I don't care. Maryland can break away from Liberia, and some Kenema can break away from Sierra Leone. If they want to, they can do it. They are that country. Okay, they know why they're breaking away. Somaliland can be what they are. But we're talking about who's recognizing them. There's country that is recognizing them. It's a problem. This is a country that is invading another country. Does not want to grant them independence. In fact, their own country want to drive them out. Then you going to go recognize another group. So there's a clear motive for which you want to recognize that country, so that you can use them. That's the point.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's a messenger.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. That's what I said to you. Everything based on interest. Israel is interested in Somaliland for a reason, and America has been hitting other countries trying to hit hit Nigeria recently for the reason of getting rid of the terrorists. And America is taking part now. They're threatening to go into Iran for supporting the people of Iran for demonstration. People are demonstrating for killing demonstrations, anti-government demonstrations. A lot of things happening around the world. Every country has to do with every regulations or every step taken by a country has to do with interest. And I also want to tell you, we all sit here, we say, look, what we all know very well, what Israel has been doing in the Middle East. And the very Middle East has not come together to support, unanimously support Palestine, still Palestine. South Africa took Israel to court, including other countries. You got me, Paul, or gentlemen. This is what happened. Where is Middle East? Africa is sitting there saying that we should not recognize Somaliland. For what reason? They're not giving reasons why they want to recognize Somaliland. And my point is, Israel is doing it. Paul, I agree. Linford is saying that why should they do that when they have issues in Palestine? Palestine has their own case. The great America is supporting Palestine. Israel to carry out these murders, massacres, these genocides in Israel. In Palestine. People condemn it, but nobody taking action. If you take action, where are you going to go? So why are we doing that? Why suppose Somaliland should have take the kick from for Asia recognition? That issue should be a total different issue. But Somaliland got nothing to do with it. For me, I don't think Somaliland has anything to do with that. With what happened in Pakistan. People in Pakistan and people in the Middle East and the world should be able to fight America and other countries that support Asia for killing people in in Pakistan. Let Somaliland have our own way. Let Somaliland be a country.
But Jamal,
Mm.
let me hold you there. There's a fact that, yeah, they have the right to recognize, but then Israel also wanted to annex all those people to another country. It's a Somaliland that they want to use. So these are questions that is
Who
in the
is
end. So
saying
people are
this?
wondering.
Paul, we say Asia, Asia. Is Asia not being supported by the Great America?
Yeah, they do. So, but
Okay.
this is a fact now.
Why?
What we're
Why?
talking about, then taking group of millions of people and dumping them on our land. That could be another thing. That if it be
Yes.
their motive, we just
It has
have
many
it.
reasons.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Agree. I
no,
agree.
yeah. Let me
Mr. Dora,
come
go
in.
on. Mr.
Yeah,
Dora,
let
go
me
on.
come in. Yeah, listen, gentlemen. The thing, anything in this war here, there's an interest involved. Even looking after your family, there's an interest. So basically, Israel going to that end there, there's an interest. More especially that portions of a Somali group of people that are there, they classify themselves. Entire Somalia is a Sunni country. You understand? It's a Sunni Muslim people. That portion there declare themselves as an independent state equal to Liberia. They are in a strategic area. If Israel is taking the opportunity to have good relationship with them, to have their base and whatever, to fight against the Yemen, because Yemen have been terrorizing the movement of their crude oil tankers and stuff and things, then that could be the interest. So I don't see why we should argue among ourselves on that thing. Everything is based on interest. So
Yeah.
obviously,
Right.
what like what Jamel just said, the Arab war is sitting down supinely and look at what is happening to Palestine for whatever reason. And Israel getting the opportunity to subdue Palestine because the other Arab nations around Palestine, they gave the credence to Israel. Like this country here, how the country, the Yemen, no, not Yemen, I'm sorry, the the other Arab country that read the guy who model from England is
Oh, Jordan.
Jordan. You understand what I'm saying? Every airspace using by Israel and things then to do whatever activity there is given by Jordan. So that's why they always say in the common language, it say if your heart does not sell you, the street will not buy you. So
Yeah.
gentlemen,
Thank,
Yeah. Now,
I
Paul
don't
to cap it, what
thank
Mr.
you.
Dora
So
Paul, to cap what Mr. Dollar is
yeah.
saying, strategic and economic, security and economic reasons why I will say why Asia is interested recognizing, giving world, formal recognition to Somaliland. I think Somaliland deserves it. I will say, in particular, say Somaliland deserves it. Let's look at their performance. Let's look what is happening. If you had sometime you had a chance, roll the video for Somaliland compared to Liberia. Compare Somaliland that declared independence in 1991 with that of Liberia that is how many years old? Over a century old compared to Somalia that less than a couple of decades. And you tell me about why should we not recognize Somaliland as a country? I don't see reasons why. It's a political interest. African countries won't do it. Arab League want to do it. They had the mandate stripped. It's a strategic area where it's laying for where Somaliland is located. So Somaliland, you start making that
Yeah.
political voice and give that country a chance to develop and move on. Let the people
So,
gather sovereignty
so
as a state.
yeah, Jamal, it is a challenge because they had an emergency meeting at the UN, and all the countries, including the big players in that region, Turkey and all, they all refused. That's not going to happen, including the African Union. So I don't know what about Somaliland that people, the big players over there, because it's very strategic. And everybody know. So Saturday is Djibouti that have over all the Western people have the military base just in Djibouti, but Djibouti have a policy that You cannot strike any country from there. So they tight. But Somaliland being a country that really want her independence, that is welcoming with America or Israel want to do something, they will open their arms. We all know that. So, but the big players in that region, they are now finally say, look, if this happens, and remember, Israel is the darling boy, the child of America. She can strike any country within that region with no nothing. So that area will be very strategic. They don't have to fly over Jordan and go do damage. But from Somaliland, it's a direct target for anyone in our midst. So this is why Turkey and other countries came and said, no, we're not going to allow it. And so that's the story. I just look at it. In summary, I think that
Have
could
you,
be the motive behind it.
yeah, Paul, have you heard anything from Saudi Arabia? Because it's a heavyweight in the entire Gulf, Saudi Arabia, and they are the
Okay.
major Sunni Muslim country. Have you heard
So
anything of this
so
thing
what
here?
happened at the
Have you heard
UN?
about Yemen?
What happened at the UN? You have Turkey, you have Pakistan. In
Mm-hmm.
that region, you have Iran. Those are all countries that they are all sitting there and they don't like what is happening because they support Yemen. So getting Israel over there, that means that is direct confrontation with Yemen. So they don't want it. So these are their everybody have their interest in there. Then on the other side, AU looking at they have their landlocked where we have our AU headquarters in Ethiopia. It's also right there. And the conflict between Eritrea, so all of this conflicting that is so it's geopolitics, everybody finding their own interest to in a nutshell,
That's the reason why
protecting
I
their
asked
own
you
interest.
if
Yeah.
you ever heard anything from Saudi Arabia, because that is a heavy hand in the entire region. That's a Saudi Arabia.
Okay, but I think we got to move on, and all we need to do is to
Exactly.
watch the process unfold. Let's hear first from the AU because this is happening in Africa. So let's hear first from the AU because I would have expected that the moment Israel announces that they're going to or she's going to recognize the Somaliland, that the AU will come up with some statement. Okay, so but we still got to wait as it unfolds. So, Paul, what's next on the docket?
So on the docket, I think if you have a video of the if you have that, then we'll move into Rachel Cohn, Liberia.
Okay, I have this video. It's an old video. It was at the climate change meeting among African leaders, or not only African leaders, of all leaders, but it was held in Kenya some time ago. Uh, I can't give you the exact date now, but this meeting was very important, and it was the African Climate Summit held in Kenya, Nairobi, and several presidents spoke. And one president that spoke and said things that really caught my attention is the president of Eritrea. Eritrea is a small country that broke away from from Ethiopia a long time ago. The same thing we're talking. So this president said something that very, very important. He said African leaders should focus on their development plan instead of going out to. I mean, it's a pretty important, interesting video. It's so I will roll it. I don't know whether I'm going to capture all of what he said on this side, in this portion of this video. But if you listen to it, you'll hear some of what he said. Let me see if I can start to put it on the screen. And and this is the reason why we are where we are today. That any country can get up and come to Africa and want to decide for any other country and say, well, we're going to recognize you and go and do this, and because our African countries are not they are not prioritizing what is supposed to be happening within their own territory. So we'll hear from this uh, African president. Let's hear what he has to tell his fellow African presidents.
Of everyone coming and making statements, PR statements about achievements wouldn't make any sense. Let's be focused. Okay. I will not talk about our achievements in agriculture, infrastructure, energy, water, and others. That will take time. Okay? Now let's be focused. Occasions like this one, summits where people come, do their promotion about their achievements, and mostly PR exercise. Let's get out of this cycle first and foremost, okay? I would like to focus on my own issue. Now people are talking about the resources of the continent, 60% of this endowment, 20% of this endowment. Why can't you mobilize your own resources rather than extend your hands for handouts and charity? Is there a way of mobilizing these resources in the continent? How do you mobilize these resources? Can you mobilize the resources of Niger that are going to Europe, uranium, and what for climate change? What are these resources? Everybody's talking about their achievements in their own locality, in their own national borders, without even addressing the real issues challenging this continent. Talk about the continent's challenge and try to find solutions for this challenge, okay? We're talking about climate change, you're talking about resources, you're talking about so many things. Don't divert focus on non-issues, okay? Now, do your homework, come up with a definition of your goals and objectives, strategize, go for detailed plans, and then come to mobilize resources so that you implement your programs. Otherwise, I don't want to waste your time and waste my time talking about our achievements in Eritrea. Try to talk about some of the issues mentioned on this summit. These billions coming to this continent from anywhere, Europe, Americas, or any other place, you are inviting intervention in your own affairs. And this money coming from there, billions and billions, will be siphoned. Make sure that you mobilize your own resources so that you can be enabled to benefit from resources coming from outside. The promises of billions is not good enough. Again, it's the focus that we need to talk about. You're talking about corrupt governments and comparing them with the private sector and promoting the private sector, the private sector, the private sector. You put in place accountable governments, non-corrupt government that will use national resources for the development of the majority. This is not a matter of polarizing the private sector and the public sector. These classical arguments about the private sector, the public sector, not make sense at all. It's out of context. We need to be focused on this matter. We can't blame governments and bring non-governmental organizations to manage our affairs. That is phenomenal in Africa. Go everywhere. Non-governmental governments, non-governmental organizations are managing governments and discrediting governments and replacing them with what they call private sector. Can you imagine this makes sense to anyone? Now talk about serious things, okay? You want to implement programs, articulate your goals and objectives in the first place, okay? Strategize on how you can achieve these goals and objectives. Then go for detailed plans, sectoral plans or industrial plans, and then mobilize resource for that. Give these plans and the resources to reliable hands, accountable hands. Government or private sector doesn't matter. It's not a matter of being with or against that party. How do
You heard him. We sorry for the quality of the video. This is now our own production. We just look at the importance of that video to the point that he made to African leaders. That's why we play the video. It's not our own production. So Facebook, please do not hold us accountable. This is a disclaimer. we are not the producers of that video. And all other contents that we play here, we are not most contents that we play here, we are not a producer. So we want to give the producers their credit. But we also sorry for the low quality of the audio. But basically he was calling on African leaders to mobilize their resources, plan, and forget about going out to ask for handout. And one important point he made is that the billions that come to Africa from Europe, from America, they come with condition. And that condition is that they want something in return. And see what's happening now to relate it to the Somaliland issue. Israel could say, no, listen, man, no country want to recognize you. We will recognize you. We will build military bases here. We'll protect you. We'll give you enough money. We'll do everything you want. In fact, we'll even support you if you want to take the whole of Somalia and change that form of government. We'll do it. And African leaders will go for that. And that's why this man, the president of Eritrea, Afwerki, is saying, no, listen, yes, we got the resources. God has endowed this continent. We got the resources. Let's mobilize it. Let's plan how to use it. Let's focus on development. Paul, what did you take from there?
Well, that's exactly what you just said. I want to talk from there because our African leaders are so greedy. The thing is, a smaller country, for example, we talk about Somaliland and Somalia, small country that is so rich in other things that they say, okay, let's put the resources together, let's have this doing to benefit our people. But instead, we will go looking for handout from these people. And usually, if I'm paying taxes somewhere and you take my taxpayer money to go give it to somebody, definitely I'll be asking, why will you take my money to give it to another country? So you got to convince your people because of X, Y, Z. So the condition that come with it, our African leaders always buy into the condition that the same method that the people use to raise taxes, why can't we use the same method to raise taxes? That for one. We have minerals. Look, one of the countries on the planet Earth that have natural resources equal to countries in Africa is Russia. Russia has been over 27,000 sanctions, but they make use of the natural resources. So what become of us? I give example, Nigeria that is so rich in oil. The people in Nigeria don't benefit from what they rich from. So, and these are the people that are looking for handout from the Western people. So this is the point this guy is making, that our leaders are the problem. They're not innovative enough to say, look, how can we turn our natural resources into something that will benefit us all? You see? So this guy is educating them, but I'll be quite interested to know why is he doing all the in how they call it what's the country? Yeah, what is he doing there that the people there in Eritrea are benefiting from? Because you can come lecture people, if you're not doing the right thing, it'll be the same old nonsense.
Yeah, I will take on that, Paul. Thank you very much, Paul. I knew you never want to jump in there. You know, I'm puzzled to see people like the coin is what's that? Isia Afwerki, that's his name, and the guy who led Eritrea independence from Ethiopia some years back, and he's been hailed as a liberator, as a leader since 1993. May 24, 1993, he's been president for Eritrea for all these years. When he led the Eritrean People Liberation Front to fight against Ethiopia to take independence or to take control over their country. Now, this guy wants to lecture about people about corruptions and leadership, and I don't understand where we get this from. And people are there hailing him. So it's just like giving platform to people like this to speak. Me, it puzzles me also. I understand that the people understand I'm considering to be one of the great leaders. I mean, he made you to what it is, but leave the stage. Since 1993, this guy has been there running the only political party. He has done no election. And we that went to war. We have 3 successful elections, right? So far.
Yeah.
We had a war in 1989. We have 4 successful elections. This has been Eritrea since 1993. He said here election to have a government, good governance, good development, use your own resources. Paul, the question comes back to him. What has he done in Eritrea? Why the Eritreans are fleeing the country coming out? I mean, you go anywhere. You get in the UK, you got too many Eritreans there. All the issues they've been given asylum because the country it's been run by authoritarian or dictator. That's how they consider him. So while before we deep into or delve into his analysis about good governance and other stuff, let him go and get himself. Let him assess himself. Why has he done so far? I mean, politically, developmental wise, and other things for the people, the freedom of the people of Eritrea. They are young. There are too many good brains outside and inside Eritrea that should do better for that country. He's sitting there as a lifetime president. Then you want to tell me about governance and corruption, corrupt leader? I don't even want to talk about what he said about environmental. I mean, the good of environment of why people should come from outside and lecture Africa for environment or the one a good government. Let him go and look into his own closet and tell us what he has in there. And that's my only comment about him. So he got a lot of stuff to talk about in here, but not to praise him. He should find a way out and give other people a chance to run our country. He's been there so too long. He's been there too long.
Yeah. I can't agree more with you, Jema. Absolutely. Padole, you want to talk on the nonsense they got lecturing all the corrupt African leaders?
My video
and he is said them corrupt too. So
to be honest, you know, sometimes some of our African leaders, when they talk, I can just see the joke in their statement. Because like what I was saying today on SKTV, our president say good thing, he do opposite thing. These are some of the things about this man. He says something good, but you're doing the opposite thing. This is the man like what Jimmy said. He being in power for a record age. And that country is a police state, eh? Nobody's criticized the government. What government do, you know, God have done it. Full stop. Nobody talk about it. Well, so what can such a man go somewhere and lecture people about good governance system? For God's sake.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't want to do it to what a man is saying, to be very fair, because every statement from him, to my view, is a lottery. I don't believe in him because he's saying good thing, but he's not doing the good thing. He's doing bad in that country. That's a problem. You're doing bad in that country. Nobody talk about government. Absolutely. You criticize the government, you lost. You say anything what the government doing is not correct, you lost. Everybody got to praise you. So
I agree with you, Padole. Look, if Abraham Traore was giving all this lecture because he's doing it with systems in it. But this guy who been over there since Eritrea problem with Ethiopia, he's there until he died of it. He's lecturing. So if people like Abraham Traore or the guy from Mali and Niger, when they're talking to us, say this is what we do, we want other African leaders to do it. This is how we manage our resources. Do you know Mali was on World Bank management to pay all Burkina Faso pay everything that they owe. So they're making use of the natural resources. If those countries speak, we need to listen to them instead of this guy was in office for
Paul, let me argue with you a little bit. Paul,
yeah, go on.
Let me argue with you a little bit. Now, this man made a statement a couple of years ago, okay? And when he made a statement, after that, country like Burkina Faso then took over. And you see what they're doing? They may have learned from him. No, listen, the messenger, the message is different from the messenger. The guy may not be doing anything, but he told African leaders what to do. Maybe it was not, I mean, Eritrea is a small country. Okay, they don't have that much resources compared to other African countries. So he said this thing, it may fall on good ears. Okay? And people might learn from him. Who knows? I'll try to learn from this guy, you know, because what he said, it makes sense. Even though he may be the wrong messenger, but the
message it makes a lot of sense. But if he implementing the message that he gave, then that's it. But this is the guy that not implementing what he lecturing us. It's like listen now.
Yeah, but
no, it's the Omer Barker saying when I take office, no child will sell cold water on the street. But then he does the contrary to what he preached. So those kind of things that can annoy people. So the lecturer They gave a good message, but they don't implement what they said. This is what annoying. This guy been in that office since the 90s. He been sitting down as president. Now Rwanda came from behind him. Today Rwanda is one of the cleanest, the first cleanest nation on Africa. But that guy was sitting down there today. He lecturing. So you see the hypocrisy that I'm talking about. If you doing, when you become a role model or what you say, then we say, yes, this guy makes sense. So why now we hear Paul Gigame and Abraham Touare? Pretty soon it will be this guy from Sierra Leone, Malabio. These are guys, they talk and they walk the walk. So it's not that you just can't lecture a group of people, they will all do this nonsense stuff. Do the work and let's see it. They will say yes.
This guy got independence in May 24th, 1993 from Ethiopia. When he fought the country, he fought Ethiopia, he was hailed as a leader, very strong man. Isia Afwerki, that's the president of Eritrea. And that was in May, 1993. And up to present.
Sorry, was he the first president? Wasn't it Meles Zenawi?
That's it.
Meles Zenawi is from Ethiopia. He's not from Eritrea. Okay. Meles Zenawi is from Ethiopia. Hillary is from Ethiopia. I can get the history of presidents in Ethiopia. This guy is a country that he fought. They got an independence from Ethiopia in 1993.
And he's still there up to present.
So you see the comparison I'm telling you. Then again, look at 1991 when Somaliland got our independence from Somalia. 1993, he stayed there. And this guy has been recognized as a stubborn country. And he run this country. He's a people, you call it Eritrean People Liberation from EPLF. He was a leader. And he succeeded getting there. And he was held continuously. Now he started getting comfortable enough. He sat there for all the years. Then you want to lecture me about good governance. Gentlemen, let's move on something else.
Paul, can somebody tell me what our president said, I think yesterday, about the unifications of our country?
No, we don't have it on our talking point. We will move it on.
Mr. Dollar has something to share with us.
Yeah, the old man say a lot of things.
Okay, let's get to Liberia. Move there. We'll discuss that, please.
Oh, get to
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because coming to Liberia now, so that's the one.
So
thank you.
All of you guys then can look at it. Actually,
we'll get there. Don't take the juice out. Let's get there.
First. Exactly, Father. We'll get there. We're coming to the old man now because we get something here called the Arise agenda. What's the benefit? And what the old man said, that's where you come in and talk to us. Because I listen to that old man story. The old man story is too sweet. So, gentlemen, and to our viewers that just joining or want to say Happy New Year, there is an issue that been trading in Liberia regarding the regime speaker called Richard Cohn. Richard Cohn is good that sometimes when what the people can say, when you start something, you don't know when it's going to catch up with you too. Richard Cohn, the regime speaker, that fought heavily for 8 months to remove Fanatic Kofa from his seat. This guy, for some reason, before we got into Christmas, God decided to talk to Madela Cooper to tell the world that she's now married to this guy, her new man in town. So the argument been going on, people been talking about it. But then, less than a week, the actual wife came out and said, no, he's not divorced, so he's not married, he's still married. And this woman now has been going after Richard Cohn from all social media platforms, talking to that he needs to resign. But then, to our amaze, the family of Richard Cohn came out and said, the woman, she's a biological sister of Richard Cohn. So the issue here is the pinnacle law of Liberia regarding a brother and sister marrying is crime. It's in it, it's there. So should Richard Cohn resign from his post and then prosecuted by the law because is they said it that the two brother and sister married, the woman have certificate of their marriage. So should these people be prosecuted? This is the question. Should they could resign? This is the because it's in the law. You cannot marry a brother and sister. So that crime in Liberia. And now the woman have the document that they been married. So the thing is, should could resign. I send you something, Jamal and Linford, regarding another representative is now adding salt and pepper to this story of his resignation. And equally so, before we move on, there's another group too from his own camp, 25 members of them.
Let's treat it one. Let's treat it one at one. You complicating it now.
Okay, let's talk. Linford,
get it straight.
if you guys get our video,
I want to get this straight. What are you starting with? Is it with his marital affairs or with the issue?
The
marital affairs he should step down because according to Liberia pinnacle law, that's crime. Brother cannot marry his sister. That to start with. It's written in black and white. So should this guy go to prison for that? He and his so-called sister, and he should step down as Speaker of the House. So now, all the lawmakers now are calling for his step down. If you get a video,
married to his sister, that's why they're calling for. I want to get that.
Exactly. Yes.
I have the video.
Okay, Paul, go on. Leave a roll the video then. Let's see. I didn't follow you. I want to get some information before I make my comment, please. I'm sorry for. I didn't follow you.
Okay, but Chimasen, probably we need to discuss the marital affair first, and then conclude it with the video because the marital affairs is quite different from his stepping down that the lawmakers are pushing.
See, that's what I want to know.
So, Paul, you asked a question, or you mentioned that under the Liberian penal code, incest marriage is forbidden, it's punishable, and this man being a government official, there are these allegations from this lady that the two of them were married, and the lady even displayed some documents on Spoon TV showing that they are married. How he even got his green card in the US through that marriage. Okay, and then I also saw on one show, I don't know who show, I think it's in Spoon TV, where another lady came and was talking to this supposed to be wife and saying, this man is your biological brother, and blah blah blah. So it's like when you pull rope, the rope can pull the bush, and that's what's been going on. And nobody know whether this thing was calculated. They asked Mandela Cooper what's her name, and she called her name and started to bring her relationship in. And this is how this whole thing came out. Simple question: somebody wants to know your name. My name is Mandela Cooper. I'm the the political advisor to the president of Liberia, Joseph Numa Baka. And by the way, I'm the spouse of the speaker. You see, this was totally out of order, out of the question. But we've reached this far where the woman has exposed their marriage, and this marriage has turned out to be incest, supposedly incest marriage, which is a crime under the Liberian law. I don't know where they got married, whether here or America. And if they did get married in America, it's also a crime there. Incest is a crime in America. And besides that, on the other flip side, you marry your own brother to give him paper is another crime under immigration laws there. So the whole thing is like holding rope and pulling bush. But let me recognize some of our viewers here for the first time. Actually, I'm seeing some new viewers. We got Ambassador David Colley, we got Pepe Tawagi, and my friend, and my brother Ali Ogue. We got James B.B. Tao Jr. I think this is the first time I see you. Joseph Massaquez, Sidiki Dukle, Jacob Moakoi. This is the first time. Uma J. Dankote, also the first time. And our Ume Jala Aloysius. Want to say welcome to all of you. This is the Bottomline Liberia discussions. We are here every Tuesday and Friday at 7 o'clock Liberian time, 9 o'clock Central European time, and 8 o'clock Great British Great Britain time. Let me say GMT. I know it's GMT, right? So you can join us whenever you have the opportunity. We are always here and we discuss the issues. Now, so Paul, and Padoli and Jima, I don't know how you look at this thing. This incest marriage thing is a crime in Liberia. The lawyers will deal with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And yeah. And then
Let me take the first shot. If you finish, I want to take the first shot.
yeah, okay, take it first shot.
Listen, first and foremost, we need to go into a detail. I want to into depth, in depth. First and foremost,
Talk a little bit loud, Jima.
okay. Do you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm loud, more louder.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Go on. Good.
Sorry. You see, we like you journalists will always say is allegedly. So we are like what I think you said, Link, for that there have been some videos on some kind of social media or spoon saying that so a lady coming claiming that the lady that he got married to is his sister. Well, we need more clarification than that. That if they have to carry anything, or if it has to do with it stepping down because he got married to his sister. I don't think it has any DNA or any legal or any proof been showing to the people that this guy related to this lady, first and foremost. That's what I want to know because and Madea Kuba getting married to or getting a relationship with the speaker, I don't think it has any reason. She's proud of the guy being her spouse. Fine, good for her. She want to be proud to announce it to the world. I like that. I mean, Madea Kuba is she got a right to date who she want to date. That's the first and foremost. I want to say that. Then second to that, whether the house members of the house is going after the speaker because he has married to his sister. Before they do that, I think they must have some good proof, very, very proof. I mean, how do you say that? Profound proof that the speaker is married to his sister, or else they are just chasing shadows for me. And we all know, most of all know the story. Those who came across to America and Europe and part of the world to seek some kind of status, you need to do. There are many, many complications involved. If we unveil our thing here, most people around here will not be sitting there talking about how did you get your status. But in any case, for me, I want some profound proof to show that for me, if they have to stand a case against the consular, the speaker, they must show two reasons why you're getting rid of him. Is incest married, and if he's married to his sister, but there must be some biological proof.
Jamal, let me interject something quickly. The woman appeared on phone and said she was legally married to this guy, and she won her divorce and some money that he owed her. Now his sister, Rachel Kuhn's sister from Nigeria, also appeared on the program to tell the nation that her brother married his older sister, which is Cecilia Kuhn.
On what ground? On what ground?
Well, she said the brother married older sister for. Listen now, she didn't say marriage. She said these people, they are brothers and sisters. Whatever happened, like what you are seeing earlier regarding people bring their family, we all know the Western thing. But the fact is that she was denying, say this guy had no relationship, but they were only man, husband and wife. But this sister came from Nigeria.
DNA test? Oh, sorry. Is he going to go DNA to prove that it's something? Is he willing to do? Is she willing to do that?
She said she's not related to him. So the family now, the entire family had a press conference too to say that their older sister. She said she's not related to them, but it's the family that's saying it. So you get her version and the family version.
Okay, I will get a chance to order to speak, but I will. Who is the judge here now for their case? I don't know. Is that the Liberian government? Or, I don't know.
All right, now the thing in the Liberian government law, and the woman has shown certificate of marriage. So because she has shown certificate of marriage, and in the Liberian law, a brother and sister cannot get married. That's criminal offense. So
you
get the point now.
Why did they get married?
Well, if you marry in England, as long you marry, my brother. Marriage is international thing. Yeah.
Well, 1 minute, Papa. Let me give you a chance. Paul, you see, the thing is, just today is Mr. Cohn. Many of the Liberian leaders over there are like the former speaker, JFK, has some issues in America, right? These very people, most people many Liberians have had issues in the USA, and they came to Liberia. They said, "Oh, what happened in America did not happen in Liberia." Right. And now, why is it this opinion code, whatever code is it happening? Does it implant to the young man in America or is in Liberia? He didn't get married in Liberia. He got married in the USA. The situation is in America. It's not in Liberia. He did not tell the people that this is my wife in Liberia. And why are they taking case against him from America to Liberia? If that's the case, most of our people will be guilty of this act. So why are they taking against him?
Let me step in, please. I got a lot of information on the thing here, please. Maybe, first of all, Jimmy, the two individuals get married in America. There's a certificate to that effect. The woman came to Liberia. She was running to become representative at time. She didn't win. She didn't make it. Something broke up between Kun and this woman. They begin to live one another. The woman filed in a divorce in Liberia. The court accepted. The court of Liberia accept the marriage certificate and accept the application for divorce.
Okay.
The send a summons for Kun to appear for the hearing to see whether this thing can be dissolved. The marriage should be dissolved. Kun refused to turn up. Because the woman put in or claim, there's a property that was given to the woman the time both of them were together as a husband and wife. There's a document to that effect. Everything the woman says, she got a document. The deed, the transfer deed between Kun and the woman had in her possession. So, but because Kun, the time they were in good rapport, the Kun, according to the woman, said Kun went to her that some Liberian people want to develop the place certain kind of way. Since you're in America, let me remove the tenant from in the place there. Let me take over and give it to the Liberian people. Since then, it has been a couple of years. She's not getting anything out of that property. So she wants to get her property back, to invade the people from the property because she got a deed for the property. Because of the power Kun get, he have not been possible.
But we know all that. We know all that story behind it.
No, Jimmy, I don't know it. That's what I'm trying to explain to Limbo, listen.
We went against that. We went against that. We know all the story behind that thing. What we want to know, whether this thing that they're talking is punishable under the law. That's why we
listen to me. Jimmy, what was a contention of Jimmy? I think Paul know what I'm talking about. Jimmy say this marriage took place in America or in Liberia. Yeah. And Jimmy want to know whether it's a law that Liberia can punish this man for marrying a woman in America or not. If the Liberia doesn't have the right to punish the man, you will not accept the divorce application.
Thank you, Padole. That's the point. That's the point.
Yeah, that's the point. That's the point we want to know. But you know, the story about that property, all the thing we know it.
Yeah, but what brought
as long as the court accept their divorce document. So if the court accept their divorce document, we're not lawyers, but this is the point.
But for me, what I know is that whether they were married in America or here, the fact that Rachel Kun now is a big man in the government in Liberia.
The third man in command.
It can affect him because this thing is also under our law as a crime. You see it? So whether they got married in America or in Liberia, or the fact that Rachel Kun is now a big man in our country, this thing can affect him. That's the point we're trying to establish. We know all the things.
That's the moral aspects of leadership. But when we talk, Jimmy is trying to investigate to know the legal aspect of the issue. The one that you're talking about to affect the male leadership or to affect the male function is the moral. But we have to.
It's not moral, it's legal. Because it has to be under the law that, okay,
that's
speaker, and you cannot have
the law prohibit this man from being in this kind of life. You understand what I'm saying? So if you refuse to accept, to step down based on the moral, then the law will step in to force you to step down. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. But daughter, you are spot on. And this is why now I think Linfa will roll that video. Oh, Jamal, so this is the story. And this is why he's the third person in command. And with the character, with all that, I mean, the moral aspect, we all Liberian. And if it was normal country with your name, with allegations that come up, so to save face, you just resign. That's what good countries will do. To save face,
Yeah,
just
because,
resign. But you're talking about Liberia, we're not a normal country. So I agree with you, Jamal. When you talk about fanatic profile, when you want to Liberia, they say, oh, the American law. We understand that when it comes to Liberia, then we break all the rules. But this guy, the way he came to power by forcing somebody out, now he got big something behind him. He must do the moral thing to just step aside, because everyone will be calling on him to just step aside. That's for me. I want him to step aside because it's not a good image for our country.
Let me give other chance to others to speak. Then I will make comment because I think Liam want to say something.
No, you're the last person before we go to the video.
Right,
so go on.
Yeah, you see, the thing is, before all the case about if the court did accept the divorce paper, they should also agree that if they have to take the case. I don't know. I ask the question: who is the judge here? Is this the House is putting a case against Richard Kuhn because he's married to his sister? They would ask him to step down. One second.
No. This is popular opinion. Nobody the judge here.
Again, I don't think for me, until it can be proven that this brother is married to the sister, then the case can be legal. But I don't think we should be discussing these things because this guy is in a political space where something can be managed, can be programmed to taint his character. You never know. The woman come up publicly and say that the guy is not his sister. I mean, his brother, and she's married to him. She knows what she stands on. Or people can gang up together and say, "Oh, you go together and say that your sister, your brother."
But Jamal, why do you think we shouldn't be discussing it when this man is a public figure?
Because there's no facts here yet. They're all being they say.
What fact do you need?
But we need DNA.
So,
we need DNA. We need DNA.
When your brothers and sisters get against you, say, Jamal is our brother. Then you say, no, I'm not a family.
There's no proof in this. There's no proof on it because I keep saying that. Well, my point here, guys, is that Mr. Dollar, my point is that there be a DNA. That where's the legitimate group that's saying that we've conducted a DNA examination. Richard Kuhn is married, is a sister to this brother.
Point of information, Mr. Kamara.
I mean, there's nothing. So if there's something, public opinion is judging the young man, and the one is saying public on the television that.
Have you received any official communication from Richard Kuhn's office denying this allegation? None.
Richard Kuhn himself wrote on his page, he wrote on his own page that the woman is his sister. He himself wrote. So he himself said that his sister.
One minute. Point of information, please.
No, it's him.
Mr. Kamara?
Yes, sir.
The first hand information we got before they go for DNA, let me tell you so you can understand what you say. Number one, Richard Kuhn's office came out and said that this woman who is saying that he put in divorce and here and there in rest of it, he never married to her. He said that his sister, that he offered statement. Richard Kuhn offered statement. The family, the big brother of Richard Kuhn, the younger brother of Richard Kuhn, the sister of Richard Kuhn, the cousin of Richard Kuhn, have a family's press conference. They came up. They said they things should not have gone to this far. The woman is causing serious problem for our family. We're supposed to sit down home and sort it up. This woman is the biggest sister of Richard Kuhn.
Oh.
Do agree that yes, they get married, that his sister. But the woman is saying that they're not my brother.
Yeah,
Richard Kuhn,
you said they got marriage certificate. They got married.
Yeah, the woman got a certificate.
So that's his brother. That's true. I agree. That's not her brother.
Yeah. So she said,
You
because
can get married
when
to your brother.
the woman know the consequences beyond that in America. She was in the army in America. The woman know when that is proven beyond all reasonable doubt, the American will punish her for that. So she said, this particular man is not my brother. Even if I say, I got my father and my mother in America now living with me.
Simple. So what else do you
You know
want?
what I'm saying? But Rachel said,
But you see, the point, the Cynthia saying the part already just explain here. The Cynthia, my point here is whether the woman that Rachel Kun's sister or not. But the fact that the woman got the marriage certificate and all the documents and even display how Rachel Kun got his green card under that marriage.
Yes,
This is a fact. Whether that is sister or not in our business, but they got married, and which is wrong. That false information. And as a public official, you're not supposed to be engaged in what kind of thing.
What do you call false information? The woman says it's not related to the young man. Then you said
who woman say that? The woman said they are married.
Jamal,
the
woman said they are husband, they are husband and wife.
They are not siblings. That's what she's saying.
Yes, Jamal, she made it clear. She said they are husband and wife.
That's what I'm saying. Is the other sister.
I don't want to hold. Just should not hold on to that. The other sister,
no,
the
but
woman
Jamal,
is saying, I'm married to my brother. That's simple as that. So what else do you guys want?
Jamal, you're not understanding this thing.
So, I understand. But the man himself, the man in question himself, the man in question himself is saying that my older sister.
The question I'm
asking, if you know, now listen, Jamal.
The point, the woman presented a certificate, right?
Document.
Yeah, did
Rachel could deny that certificate?
No.
So what's the point?
Yeah, but
the point here, now the point here is the Liberian law say you cannot marry your sister. So if he know, wait, you ask the question. If he's the lawmaker and he knows the law that you're not supposed to marry your sister under the Liberian law, and then the court accept the divorce paper, that means if you marry your sister under the law in Liberia, it's an offense, it's crime. So being the third person in command, he kind of need to step aside. That's the point here. So when he steps
another point comes to, is that a reason the other lawmakers are bringing out as a point for him to resign, or is that different political reason?
That's why I want to play this video and see what the other lawmakers are saying.
All right, let's have it.
So we're gonna roll a video and hear what the people say.
Yeah, let me hear it.
Cool, distinguished colleagues. I want to say good morning to every one of you, and thank God that we're in 2026. I mean, this is a very pleasant morning. All we can say, we want to tell God thank you for life. He has given us another breathing space. However, I am reminded of the conversation that was in the chat room yesterday where the speaker validated that Cecilia Porkun is his biological sister. That leads us to the fact that Richard Kun, at this point in time, you should recuse yourself, that you have committed crime under our marital law, the domestic law of this republic, that incest is a crime. So until we get reasons why you marry your sister, I think you have lost legitimacy to preside as speaker. So it is just the right thing for you to recuse yourself. And one thing, there are a lot of colleagues calling me and say, oh, you're from the fanatical black, they fire, you're not supposed to be commenting, you're not supposed to be talking. There is not a no damn black thing that we're talking about. We are talking about the credibility, the image of the house that represents every one of us, the legislature as a body. Do you know what happened? That a woman is claiming that she got a marriage divorce certificate from the civil law court. The reputation of our judiciary is placed on a question. Now the executive is also placed on a question. The legislature is placed on a question, and the lives and the status of our Liberian brothers and sisters in the United States of America now being in danger. I mean, this is a grave allegation. I'm hoping that our dear speaker can do the right thing. I'm not talking about removal of Richard Kun. I'm only saying he should recuse himself, because they are also saying the woman fake document and blah, 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 blah. In the state of Delaware, you did marriage, and then now we have credible information. The documents will be available today that, pictorial evidences will be out that you did marry and you exhibited acts of husband and wife. And if those papers are provided today from now to 12 o'clock, I think Richard Kuhn will not be speaker anymore. I am only hoping that those information that we have received will not be 100% factual, but if they are factual, I think this country is heading to a serious problem or the House of Representatives. Thank you. God bless Richard Kuhn, the recused speaker. Thank you. Now, here is the thing. Those guys who will be speaking in the back and don't want to face the reality, it is my hope that every one of us will face the reality. When you all spoke about the document that were in Comrade Emmanuel Dan's hand on the floor, asking for the passage of that document that spoke to the fact that to preserve the dignity and prestige of the House at all times and maintain quorum on the floor. Now, this is not just about just maintaining quorum on the floor. We're talking about preserving the dignity of the colleagues from whatever point you stand from. I want us to realize one simple thing. Tomorrow, all of us, posterity will judge sure that every one of us were members of the 55th legislature. The third highest person of the Republic of Liberia, name is being mentioned if we were in a civilized and democratic environment, but now just by that accusation, my dear comrade will no more be speaker. However, it is his right to defend himself. He must be given due process. All we are asking, Comrade Kuhn, all the documents in your hands, now you have validated one of the arguments of this lady that you were saying, oh, you don't know the woman, and now it has been proven, your family has come out, they have spoken, that the woman is a biological sister. Okay, be as it may. If this woman is a sister and then she's displaying marriage document from the United States of America, immigration document that you filed for green card, she's displaying all of these documents. She have given these documents out. And we are also concerned. Angeline Kuhn, when did you divorce her? Have you divorced Angeline Kuhn? There's so many unanswered questions that we have. All we want you to do, comrade, is to answer those questions. Nobody after you. Nobody is fighting you. I mean, this is a food that you cook, and you've dishing it out, and you must be able to be man enough to eat the food that you cook. That's all I'm saying. And nobody got a personal issue. We've gone almost 1 year. Richard Kumbi speaker. Nobody has any problem, and we are moving on. Some of us were doing things in our district when money were not even paid to us. We got our own connections that we are surviving from. Thank you. If you're introduced the culture of impunity, meaning that somebody commits an alleged crime, and that will not be an issue. Comrades, let me remind each and every one of you, one of our sessions day, Comrade Kuhn was seated in his speaker's chair, threatening men and women that if you go out there and make any sweeping statement without proof, you will be dealt with decisively. And it brought an uproar in the section at that day. There were complete disturbances. Now, Richard Kuhn has gone out there and burned the credibility of the House of Representatives. And then people say, oh, that's a man personal thing. No, you don't got no damn personal thing. I mean, his life is a public life. His life represents the House of Representatives, the legislature, the head of the legislature. Name is dragged in a public conversation. So at this point in time, our brothers should be able to just stand up and tell us, say, oh, that's my sister, and I made this mistake, and I asked for mercy. And these are the things that we expect from an honorable lawmaker or colleague. But it's not for people to start taking it, oh, that black issue, oh, you know, that I'm having code. No, it is not about black issue. They're not for over black to Richard Kuhn to go and get multiple relationships as alleged. No, it's not for Nanticofa. So every situation, everything that we do in secret, we should be aware that it will come in public. That's what the Bible says. People like us who believe in the Bible, that's what the Bible says. Everything that is done in secret will be exposed. And if these are some of the things that Comrade Kuhn has done in secret, I mean, it will come to pass. The building that Comrade Kuhn has on 3rd Street, around that area, he has an apartment there. There are deeper revelations that are coming from that apartment. Those apartments, I mean, So we are not ready. We have gotten this information almost about 3, 4, 5 months ago. We got all of this information. We've kept them because we don't want Richie Kun to think that anybody after him for any reason. I mean, life is about time, and when that is his time.
You muted Linfo.
Okay, guys, you heard Mervyn Cole of Pond County, my own lawmaker, saying that they are not after Kun, but what they want is due process. And this was what was lacking when they were about to, when Kun was pushing for the removal of Kufa. Due process. The people are saying, no, we're not coming, Mervyn Cole is saying, we're not running after you. We don't want to move you, but we want due process to be done. Come and admit your guilt. Everybody can make mistake. Come and admit your guilt. Be man enough to cook your own food that to eat your own food that you cook. So this is where we stand. Jima, are your doubts clarified? Is there anything more that you want to know?
No, not that. I don't want to listen to Melvin Cole talking about the brother should come out and admit that he has committed a crime.
Why would you want to do that?
Say that again.
Why don't you want to listen to Marvin Cole say that?
Because I want to listen to a legal voice that tell me what the extraterritorial jurisdiction under Liberian Penal Code. Crimes committed outside Liberia is still punishable in Liberia. Who knows, the code could be compromised. I accepted divorce case for whatever Kun, brother case that she want to be divorced from Richard Kun. Look, this is deeper than what you're looking at, kind of gentlemen. Liberian Penal Code tells you, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a student of law, which are the crimes are criminalized when it's done abroad by Liberians abroad. I mean, Liberians living abroad. What case can be heard into Liberia? I want to understand. I want to know. The lawyer should tell me. Like, that consider Richard Kun.
Okay,
let me land, please. Let me land. Liberian committing crime outside. No, you don't force me to. I'm not in court. I got to make my statement.
You're not in court, but I want to get.
I want to make my statement, brother. You spoke.
I have one more question, so you can answer all that I mean.
Okay, go on.
Because you mentioned about crimes that will be committed abroad that can be punishable under Liberian law, right?
Yeah, penal code, as you guys said. I'm not a student of law, so I want to know more about crimes that be committed. If marrying outside Liberia,
it's clear. But I just want to interject that another crime that he committed abroad that is being punished, but the fact that the person who committed the crime abroad is in your government working as a big man. That's a problem.
No, you're using your moral something. We are talking about crime. You say law. You guys said to me today. Joseph. You said, I'm sorry. You said Liberian penal code. You said that word. That's what I'm using. Your own word today. Okay. Penal code. So I'm using penal code. So I said earlier, Jonathan Kofi, JFK was sometimes allegedly involved in some kind of, like in the U.S. All right, you were allowed to run in Liberia. The late Kessel, what's his name again? Kessel was involved in some kind of fraud issues in Liberia. He was allowed to run as a presidential candidate in Liberia. So if this guy got married to somebody like his sister in the USA, is it punishable in Liberia under Liberian Penal Code? That's my question. That's my question.
And that is a valid question. But then equally so, this guy is legally married. He's not divorced. And Madelo Kopo told us that they got married.
Yeah.
So that is a crime.
Doesn't mean that I say it's my spouse. Doesn't mean that we are married. I can tell you she's my missus, my spouse. I'm not legally married. No.
All right, Jema. So Jema here, this is why I say Liberia is not a normal country, but you and I know in a normal society,
so
when you have issue on your head, if you have issue on your head and you're holding your seat, a normal country tell you that, look, my name is all over the place. Every little child said in cold water talking about me. For my own standard, guys, I pack on my bed and resign. That's what normal people do. And this is the point that I'm speaking on the morality of a.
Okay. I said today, Mr. Dollar, I'll give you a small 1 minute. I said today we shouldn't be discussing it because these kind of crimes have been committed by Liberia abroad 1,000 times. And they come to Liberia.
But it has to stop at some point.
And now
it must stop.
Where stop?
when you have
Yeah, it
people
has
like
to. So
yourself coming to Liberia who frauded the government of USA for thousands, millions of dollars, and you're welcoming up, you're hailing, you're welcoming him to run on your ticket.
no, but with the Kase, I can defend Kase. It was not known until when he traveled to America, he was caught. No, nobody knew that. Nobody knew that until he traveled to America. When he was caught, he went to prison, and that's how he died from heart attack. So nobody knew.
The S speaker. Tell me about the S speaker.
What information,
no, Mr. Dollar. Let me tell me about the S speaker. Yeah.
The S speaker went to jail in America for some financial malfeasance that he had. So when he went to Liberia,
condemned and also condemned, going to jail convicted, you were allowing to become your speaker.
Well, that's what I'm saying. At some point, it will have to stop.
But he was not speaker. He was not speaker when the case
Roger Kuhn was not speaker when he married to the lady.
No, Roger Kuhn is speaker now, and the case is coming out now.
Okay, Roger Kuhn is speaker now, and he got a new spouse, which is Mandela Copper.
It doesn't matter. The guy is a traditional man. He can marry 2-3 persons. It doesn't matter. He's a traditional man. He can marry if he wants to.
God, put the information.
Go on.
In the marriage law, wherever area you marry, you can go.
What law you quote him, Mr. Dollar? What law? Liberian Penal Code?
Liberian Penal Law.
Saying what?
And international marriage law as well. You can get married in UK and divorce in Zimbabwe.
Liberia. And that's the fact.
You have that as a married man. So the woman is saying she wants her divorce. That's a crime she got against Mr. Kuhn. She got marriage certificate. She says she wants a divorce from Mr. Kuhn so she can go on for her life. Let me explain something logically here about the past speaker, Fanatic. He was a criminal, convicted in America, put in jail. He served the time. He came out of it. By right, we the Liberians should not even allow him to run for any representative position.
Exactly.
But we close our eyes, we allow him to run for representative position. That was the biggest mistake we ever do.
And they allow him to practice law in Liberia, which was wrong.
And allow him to practice law in Liberia.
Is that Ellen running the court, Paul? Just stop that. If Liberia has their own judicial system, not Ellen running the court.
No, the reason why I mentioned her name, because he was the lawyer against the people that Ellen was fighting.
Listen to me. Listen to me. He was a lawyer against people that Ellen was trying to prosecute. So he was a lawyer against them. I mean, in favor of them. So, but what we're trying to say here, Mr. Kamara, is this. Mr. Kuhn's situation is, one is about morals issue.
Exactly.
But Liberia is a country where morals have no room in our political sector. People can get all kinds of tinted character and they can go away. If we could respect the rule of law, certain elements in our Liberian politics should not even be, have not supposed to be seen in the midst of the public because of their past record and here and there and rest of it. But what we're trying to talk about Mr. Kuhn's situation is this. There's a 2 crimes against Mr. Kuhn. The House of Representatives, they got evidence to that effect. And they're going to make sure if he didn't recuse himself, they will impeach him. They will kick him out. One, he's a pedophile. There's a document, there's an evidence to that effect. He have an affair.
That's a strong allegation, Mr. Dollar.
No, but listen. There's an evidence there, boss.
Mr. Dollar, you're making a public statement here. I hope you got proof on this.
I got video recording. So
okay. All right.
I got video recording. A lady who came out and said
it is a personal video recording and comment that you are making is now on behalf of the platform. You don't want to get that straight.
I am telling you.
Thank you, Lee, for telling him.
It's my personal video recording from another top show. You understand what I'm saying? Or let it came out and make this statement publicly that at the time she was in the ninth grade, at the age of 14, she had an affair with Mr. Kuhn, and she right now have a child by Mr. Kuhn, residing in America.
Why sure we do all that time?
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, Padole, you broke it down already. In Liberia, morality is not anything.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me just say something. Let me just say something to Jima concerning what you are talking
So,
about.
okay, move on, guys. The time.
Yeah, listen, I'll listen to Liver. Go on.
Yeah, there is a law punishable under the Liberian law that if you commit that certain crime, you can commit from abroad. Okay, what if Richard could have married his wife from abroad and brought her to Liberia? Will Liberian law say no? Your wife here is not your wife; it's your wife. So that marriage will follow you. Right now, if I came my wife to Liberia, under the Liberian law, that my wife, you got to marry her. So if I mistreat her in Norway, okay, and I'm in Liberia and she wants divorce, she can sue me in Liberia. Law is the law. She can sue me in Liberia once she can show the paper that we are married, whether we're married in Norway or in Philippines or where, but I'm in Liberia and she wants to get divorced, then we can do it. Now, so this year is not about, because there's something under the law. They will look at the condition of the law. Okay, they will forget whether that is sister or not. They will say, the question is, Mr. Kun, do you know this woman? Yeah. Are you married? No. Okay, you woman, you say you married to Kun? Yeah. They want a simple law. Okay, you married to Kun? Where you got married? You got married in America. Okay, you live together. You get a document to show. You can show it. Say this is our marriage certificate. So will the Liberian government say no? Say you didn't get married, so you can't get divorced? No. So this is what we're talking about. Let's forget about the morality part, where that incest and all the things. But let's look at the legal part. And that legal thing, it will not change anywhere in the world. It will not change anywhere.
Linfo, I understand you well. I'm going to respond to Linfo. I understand what you're saying. Fine. Like Mr. Dolly said, the court can allow you to divorce. The question is, can he be punished for being a co-partisan incest? That's the question I'm asking. Married to his sister.
No, the incest part of it, it got to be proven by DNA and whatever.
That's what I'm point. That's my point.
But our point that this man, the woman is saying that he should give her her divorce paper. Simple as that. But if he refuses, then that will go to court. He already started refusing, and people coming up by saying, "Oh, they are brother and sister." So then they incriminate him by saying that. So you see what we're driving at. The thing that simple thing, the woman, yeah, you're married, yeah, okay, the woman want divorce, give her people, finish writing, woman, you free, go. Simple.
No, something behind it, though. The property, there's a document to that effect.
No, not talking about the property thing, there are different cases.
Gentlemen,
the money behind
all of them are different cases. We're talking about the marriage now.
Gentlemen, let move on. Let's move on, because this Richard Kuhn thing, the Richard Kuhn thing, the fact is that it had been alleged that he married his sister. In a normal country, Richard Kuhn would put that what the lawmaker say, excuse yourself from the seat. Go to it wherever.
He should have been there by now. He will hang himself.
Yeah, get out of the way, because you bring the entire government into public dispute. This is where it is. This is the entire thing, because he's the number 3 person. So let the other guy move aside. But anyway, we need to wrap up quickly. This question here, and Padore will come to you after this question. Will not take long on it. Regarding the Mano River Union project in Foya, the question here is, the President Bweka lied to the citizen of Liberia because he told on ELBC that he was not aware of this project, but there was news circulating around that it was $10 million project. And when in the initial stage, they said it was the president villa, almost like where George Weah did when he built over 49 condominium that today it just gone free. When the allegation came out, it was circulating for 6 months before the government came out to say it's Mano River Union project for some security hub. But the project has gone 95%. There's no indication in any of the budget from 2020 2024 to 25, 2025 to 2026 budget, nothing indicates anything about that project. And also the lawmakers in Liberia also not aware of that project. So any project at the magnitude, it have to come from the House. The president told us that he was not aware of the project. He got to know later. But the money was not 10 million, it was 6 million. So the question here is, a certain president, something that concerning 4 nations that is happening in his backyard and he's not aware. And that project started almost to the completion of 95%. Because popular outcry, he came out say is security help from Mana River Union. Our president Boyka lied to us because nothing indicated in the budget that funds were given for that particular project. So where the money came from, and he was in FOIA recently inspecting the same property that he was not aware of. So the president Boyka lied to the nation. That is the question. But Dole, your security expert will start with you.
Before Mr. Dole gave analysis of what he think is, the question you're giving him is not a security question. It's a question of, it's a general question for everybody. Mr. Dole, our team, you want to comment on this or why he lie or not? That's another thing. But if it's a security question, it has nothing to do with security question. It's probably about a moral or moral credibility and credibility issues right here, where the president did lie to us. Mr. Dole, you want to say, then I'll speak after you, please.
Yeah. Let me just say something. This is not about security issue because it's an open secret. Everybody's seen it. So I don't think there's any security threats involving this matter. But what I'm looking here is the one simple question I got for Paul Chilople and Linford on this particular matter is, can we talk about moral issue? Because when somebody lies, it has something to do with the moral. Can we talk about that?
Yes, we can talk about it because it linked with morality. Because he said he didn't know.
So basically, the president lied.
I have not been on a discussion on morality here. So why are you asking?
Wait.
We're just talking about Richard Cool. We're just talking about Richard Cool.
Okay. Let me tell you something. We just make a statement quite recently about our speaker, the third person in the comment. We said that moral is not in the DNA of the Liberian political sector. So the president will lie and lie and lie. Nothing will happen.
So you can't tell me now.
First of all, for example, the president, when he was coming into power, his physical structure, physical appearance, showed to the people that what he was saying was true. But when he get in the iron suit, the whole thing turned upside down. The whole thing changed completely. The president said, "Me, I'm a simple male. I'm not greedy person. I'm down to earth. Even it cost me to ride with her to go to the executive mansion, I will do it to do the people's job." Immediately when the president get into power, less than a year, we saw the president in a jeep that cost 1.2 million. If it is really good government or good country that believe in moral, immediately the law people, the House of Law, going to come in with petition to impeach him immediately for lying to the public. But that never happened, and the president going free. So anything he said right now, any lie he lied that either is a political statement. So I'm not going to back to it.
Okay, thank you, Padole.
Until somebody into power to push him.
Thank you very much.
If you say he's taking over that property in Foya tomorrow, then any government they have a right to prosecute him for it.
Thank you very much. Quickly, gentlemen, the question, Paul, I like the way you analyze the background information you give before you ask us if the person lied. You know, one thing I missed in Liberia a lot is the professional level of our journalists or people that ask these questions and they have in the audience with the president. You know, these things should have gone to delve into the details, like all the information you just gave us. When they had the one-to-one with the president or with some government officials, you should be having those details on hand. Then you can put the person in the hot seat.
Yeah.
And the person can be able to answer the questions. Now you're asking us, did the president lie? Now, those information are not available to me. Now, I just heard it. And if we had the information made to be made in the public domain, we will be aware if the president did lie. But now, that's the question is, I will say here, those that are using our microphones, that are using our platform, our journalists, or whoever had the opportunity to speak to our leaders, should want to have some research to understand what they're coming with. There are a lot of things coming up here, Paul. There are a lot of information coming up regarding these buildings in Lofa. I heard somebody said that there was like the late Crispy Honor wrote the project, or undertook the project for the president as his guest house. Okay, and it was a project. The money came from somewhere else, or some kind of donors came from somewhere else. Now you're saying that it's Mano River Security Hub. Someone that's saying they got all information coming up. But then if we don't have our fact checks, our facts check, we'll be roaming around with information here. So I'm going to say that anytime we have opportunity, somebody who have the opportunity to speak to the president authorities, to be able to do the proper research to ask the necessary, the relevant questions, so the public can be informed and they're able to come up with a judgment: is the president lying or not? Because the information you just gave us in terms of law, these information, the people don't know about that. Now you're putting me in that top position right now. Coming, Paul, you're putting me in that top position, asking me, did the president lie? I didn't know, but I need to go and find out whether you just say is something like, is it true or not.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if maybe you have not been up to date with, but it was a live interview on ELBC.
Yeah, I did. I listened to it. I'm just saying something. What are you just saying something? I'm not a couple. I'm not supported before we leave on make the last comment on this. I just saying something like what you just got informed. If these questions are like, if I'm asking the president, sitting down with the president, I'll give the background. I'll tell him these are conditions to involve Mr. President. Now, do you have the right to have these conditions? Do you have these are questions that come, or you support this argument, the question of these? Then the president says, okay, then you'll be in a position to answer. Then you get the right answer from the president. But if you give a questions or like questions to the president that he wants to hear, he has to review your question before you speak to him. Then we are not getting the right information. Most of us are saying, they say, we heard that, we heard it. We don't have the right information. I don't have the right information. Somebody told us, I heard, I think Costa or somebody said that the job done, he keeps saying that it was done by the late Crispy. Now, and the president is saying that it was done for some. So many information coming out. So what do we need to, who do we need to hold here? What do we need to listen to? Which one should we take in? So I'm saying again, the people that are granting these interviews or conducting the interviews to our leaders should be able to be informed. They know how to ask the right questions for the public to judge. But if you're not asking the right questions, they don't have the opportunity to ask these people, when are we getting the right information for? So it'll be difficult for me to say if the president lie or not. That's the point.
So thank you, Jamal. Linford, you all journalists among us here, you've been in the game. There were so many journalists that they asking the president question, and what Jamal said is true. They just brought it and they didn't follow up. So from the popular perspective, where some all come from now, because we're not in a room with the president, we're only assuming now from what we heard and from the story of this president lied to us. Bring your journalistic thing into it.
Well, I wouldn't want to be the judge to say if the president lied, but I will give some backgrounds and analysis that will make the public to be the judge. And even if the president himself listens to some of the things I will say, maybe he will know whether he said the truth or the false. Because in Liberia, so when I tell been there, you lie. So we can say he tells story. Number one, the president is the number one person in the country. You got everybody under your control. The stupid ones, the most intelligent ones, like me, you got all under your control. Now, Mr. President, if I were in that press conference, a few questions probably they will limit people to ask. Or I want to believe that I don't know how this thing will organize because some people are calling to ask. So I don't think they were limiting people to ask questions. But few questions that I would have asked the president. Number one, Mr. President, simple. Do you know about this project? No. And team asked, I think somebody asked that question, and they asked him about the funding. He said Liberia contributed towards this project. The project that he didn't know about, how did Liberia contribute to it? Did somebody steal that money and contribute to the project? Those are things, whether he didn't know about the money, and how did he know the amount? Okay, Mr. President, now that you didn't know about the project, you know about it now, and your government officials who allegedly established this thing and they did not inform you, they did disrespect to you. They do not respect you because as their boss, they should have informed you before doing this thing, and they did it unknown to you. Now that you know, what are you doing about them? Since then, we haven't heard anybody being dismissed or suspended for this project. But the president will in turn return and go inspect this same project. The president's personal bodyguards, that not the AFL, not the police, but the personal bodyguard, the EPU, they are there guarding this house here. So the project that you don't know about, why is it that you are manning it, you are funding it, you're sending security to go there? Okay, number two, further analysis. This president is well known for commissioning projects. The police people, they build a small cubicle that all of us there, one of us can build 10 of it because the thing even costs 1,000 to build. Okay? He went there to commission those small boxes to build. He went there to commission them. This president have been to places to commission hand pumps. This president have been to places to commission small 2-room hospitals. So in his own backyard, if those projects, or if that project was in my village, the president can give excuse and say, I don't know that place. But in Foya, that you always go into, and you got relatives in Foya, and you are president, the people of Foya, they love you. You think they got a project going on, and one person said, and that government official, but one person said on that telephone and call you and say, oh, Mr. President, the people were not planting one small pole in the ground. The people, they were building, they broke ground, and they carried a massive project. What if it was something dangerous to the country, Mr. President? You know, tell me, nobody will tell you, you will not know about it. But now that you know about it, Mr. President, what have you done? Have you taken? So do you agree that any group of people can just get up and go and establish anything unknown to you? So who's in control? Are you confirming the fact that when opposition say you are not in control, that other people are running your government? Are you confirming that? All these things. That thing that the president is supposed to think about it. And number three, the president has, in that statement he made, he has undermined the rest of the Emmanuel Union countries. Why? He made it to be like they did not consult him. They just got up and came and started doing the project in his country without consulting him. So it means that either they ain't respect him, or they are not in contact, or these people, they don't know protocols. You know, that's certain thing you can say as leader, because tell me, how would Malabio react to this thing? I'm sure if any journalist asked Malabio whether he knows about the project, he might say, I don't know, because this project, I can lay my head on the chopping board from what I have been reading in between the line. This project is not a Manuel Reward Junior project, because there would have been a big program in the United Party government that I know. The president that can go commission small hand pump that I can build 10 of in one day. The president can go commission police boot when they choose someone in the ground to bring ground somewhere, you go there. There would have been a very elaborate program where they will invite all the Manuel Reward people, and it will be a big program publicized in Liberia. But this project is a damn big lie. I mean, capital LIE, that this project is a Manuel Reward project, number one. Number two, the president lied. Now I'll use that word. He lied to the Liberian people until otherwise, when he can prove that he did not actually know about this project. And I don't know how he's going to prove it. Because for you to come and tell your country, the people in your country, that something is happening, you are the president, you are the number one, and you don't know about it, man, the president insulted us. That's an insult to our intelligence. And I think the president owes the whole nation apology. You can build these things. Those are development, part of the development. We know it's for you. But if you lied about it, then you disrespect us as your citizens, Mr. President. You think that we are respect, and you can't do this. Yes.
Paul, Paul, Linford made a passionate statement there as a journalist. I think if you had opportunity, but one thing I noticed here, thank you, Linford, good point.
Yeah, I'm not speaking here as a journalist. I'm speaking as a program producer.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, listen, guys. One thing I just pick up a Linford point when I made earlier is two things. One, the interview may have been stage managed.
Yes.
That's one
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
Probably that did not give the chance to journalist to ask the questions Linford just put through, the point Linford make through. So and we all know here, for the non-condominium bill by the former president, what did we do? Nothing. So it has happened. It's been happening all along. So nobody questioning anybody. The person, Mr. President, go ahead. People just cost after some time. No, nothing happened. Mr. President, just go ahead. Don't worry about the people. People that are sitting around, Mr. President, you won't worry about them. No, my name. No, your name. Like people just cost after some time, they just cease. And this is why it's been going on. And I was talking about the line of morality, moral conduct, moral credibility, all these issues. So nobody has been booked for what you've been doing. It's now nobody. There has not been an example set to say that because Fanatikova was arrested, condemned, convicted, went to jail in America for corruption or for crime, should not serve in Liberian government. There have been an issue, others will follow. That's one. Now that's the question I'm asking. I'll come to the. I want to bring in. I'm sorry for bringing back the Kun issues in. Kun will have known very well that with this thing when they did a sister. Like let's do it. Let's go traditional. Like Kun married to a sister. If he did marry to a sister, was to get some document work out in America, right? And finally, look, and there was some kind of dispute in the family. He's not listening. And he knows very well that. He knows very well that if it comes out, he will lose his job. It will be an issue for him. He will settle that thing before coming out. But he knew that when it come out, nothing will happen. I'm just coming. Let's be clear here, gentlemen.
Yeah.
This is a library we have. If he said, let's go to the. We all know what people come to the West. He got some political people for some other reason, and he got a paper, contract marriage stuff like that for her own sister because she was well settled. She got a paper, and everything goes well. And at the end of the day, say, Kun, I want to set. Let's do a settlement. I want my property. I want stuff. Let's divide it. Kun said no. I'm just talking, in a way that paradoxically saying, okay, no, I can't do that. She put on for a look. I want the percentage. No, I don't want to. I'm not going to give you that money. Too much. It's okay if you don't do that. I'm going to go public. Or you can go public. Before you go public, he knows that what the consequences will be if she goes public. But he knows where nothing will happen to him. So going back to what Lipa said about the president's statement right here. What the president said, he will go and make statement, conflicting statement doesn't even connect. At the end of the day, you and my sister and I together. Oh, the president lied. Tomorrow, what happened? People are sitting there. Other people have what the moral judgment they have. They got tainted characters, and they are judging others. And that's like what we have. So I just wonder why we talk about these things every day, and our people we don't learn from these things. Our officials most of them, half of them are tainted. And they want to.
Okay, but Jima, we talk about the officials, but the law bringing the entire problem.
You're
that
right.
part of the law that was amended in the 1986 Constitution that says that when the president or if I become president, whatever crime I commit, whatever I do, I cannot be held liable. Even if I'm not president anymore, I cannot be held liable. This is the thing that damages this country. Look at the Ellen Johnson saga with the Robert Salih and Nuka.
Yeah.
By the time the Nuka thinking up, Ellen Johnson crossed in front and say, I took responsibility. When Robert Salih get off, he can talk. Robert Salih is a grown-up man. He was appointed. He has been working independently of you, the president, even though you appointed him. Then when case came out, you jump out, you say, oh, I don't want to responsibility. Today, Robert is a free man. Liberia has lost the oil blocks. Okay? And George Weah, he became president, he built a condominium, and today he's a free man. He can rent it out, he will get money forever and ever. So Joe Biden look at it and say, but you think I'll be old man that struggling government for 45 years, my chance cannot do nothing. So when the president lie, it's very simple to say, I'm building this thing, it's my project. We know nothing will happen to you because the law is there. So why would you look at intelligent people like me? I'm talking about all Liberian people. Yeah, I'm talking about myself. I'm too intelligent for the president to lie to me. See, that's what hurting me. You can't look at all of the stupid people.
Yeah. Let me bring something to your attention, Linford. Quite recently, you seen Linford say certain high caution cannot be asked by the journalists in Liberia for matter of fact that sometimes if you finish make that hard question to the president, on your way going home, there will be a jeep with a black glasses.
You ask us some security questions.
Will stop by you.
What is that? Oh, man, can't get any car.
It just make your solar eh? And that's the end of it. And you lost. You ask the president, brother, I don't know about him. They ask the national security, I don't know. They ask the chief of police, I don't know. Eh? He said, so for that reason, the journalist then will not ask no hard question. Now you are saying that you will ask that. Tell me.
Yeah, but maybe I want lost.
But Padole, the question here is the code of popular opinion. And the question here, because it's in the code of popular opinion, we're not asking the president directly now.
This is why he's making that statement, because he's saying that in no way. He knows
the thing is, let me tell you one thing. Our country is so interesting. And this is no mistake that this president can come and tell us this thing here. It's no mistake because the president has calculated this thing. This man have been in government for more than 47 years before he became president. So he knew everywhere, all the corner in government. They may a minister, you're a director, you're everything, you're vice president. If there were anything
go to work tomorrow morning, so
if there were anything apart from the president,
we're closing on the one here. We're closing on the one.
If there were anything in a Liberian governmental system that is more than the presidency, they probably will still want to go for it. They probably knows everything in government, and this is the mistake Liberian people made. That a man who knows all the tricks. For the 5 years, he the one who elect. Your elect one know this. Who they come into government? Who want to do development? They say no. We want a man who know all the corner.
So he can tell.
So Limfa Padole. This is, you see the pen in my hand?
Yeah.
The old man said something in the same interview. He said for the number of years he had worked for Liberia government, he had the reputation. He never took a dime. That means he never took a pencil from the government office to put it in a pocket, forgot and went home. Because if you take a pencil that you didn't buy from the office, that's stealing. So in the nutshell, he never stole from Liberia. Everything he owned on his own.
Now, time for him to do it now.
Yeah. So if Linford, you made a valid point here. The old man is the owner of Liberia now, and you get 3 other countries. You're in an organization. Some project with that huge market you started in your country, and you're not aware. So who is this person that signed on your behalf, that did a thing unknown to you, and spent according to the old man, the money not 10 million as speculated, but it's 6 million. Who gave that 6 million from the Liberia side unknown to you? And who's this person now in post stacking today, or how to call it J compound for how to call it, what would say undermining your authority? Who is this person? The journalist didn't ask, they left it like that. The old man want to inspect him. In fact, when you're building a project, the project you're building, you put a massive building up because they're only coming for conference or to discuss security issues. But you lay out these houses. You lay out these houses. These houses you lay out. So all of them, when they're having conference, everybody will be in all of these villas. This is
Yeah. Let me not waste our time here on this thing.
Let me learn, Padole. They close on. Let me learn. The fact is that the old man can look in our eyes and tell us that no, this thing is for security purpose. That is the blinking lie that the old man told us in our face, and nobody get the balls to say, "Oh man, you lie." He lied to the people. So if this project was for Mana River Union project, for 6 months, everybody was talking about, hey, the old man built $10 million house, almost a job we are. coming to Christmas now to can't clarify because of popular opinion. He lied. So the old man lied. It's the old man property. So if the property didn't owned by him, what EPS was supposed to be doing there? EPS when they guard the presidential, the first family. So what was EPS doing there? Why the military or the police?
They think simple. The United Party government will know. They left news like something. When the president just go beyond the red, they can probably say, then you mean one of you be building that kind of gigantic structure and not making it will be 1 year publicity.
Exactly. Because this is the government are telling us, oh, Liberia image was so damaged. The old man bring credit. And that's not credibility. You can't talk about it. So the old man actually is his project, and we need to know where they got that money from. If the old man cannot provide evidence of that money, I think the lawmaker should start proceeding of impeaching him because he lied to the people. That is a lie.
Yeah, Mr. Triple, can I ask you one simple question? A request.
Go on.
Can you please go to Liberia and go to the executive mansion and request for audience with the presidents?
Why?
Well, I'm just
ask a question. Hey, ask a question.
You're not asking a simple question. Mr. Don't you can complicate things. It's a simple question. Is that simple?
So
ask the question.
To go, because what he's saying here, that's the reason why I'm asking you this question. Because in a run, we all know that every single word that old man say concerning about that thing is the bloody lie. But still, you said you and Linford said that the old man taking advantage and playing with our intelligence here and there. That's what I'm saying. Could you people please go to the executive mansion? Because Linford just come from there to say, look, Mr. President, why are you lying like this to the Liberian people? Why are you taking the piss?
We're not able to do it.
So let me give you the answer to that, Padole. Let me give you the answer.
Oh my God.
Padole, ain't us
in
the law of Liberia. In the law of Liberia, I have somebody who represent me in the house that I can influence to. Listen now, and you want to know that the law coaching. So I can go in my district and get my representative who is the direct representation of me. That why is it that the old man lied in my eye and you're not doing anything? So based that I want you to now come out with a bill of impeachment for the old man lying to me. That's my role. You know, and I know you are all security person that no Jabba will walk to the marshal say, I want to speak to the president, they will allow that person. You know that. So that is all of the question.
No, everything sure I say we're not able.
Yeah,
guys, I think our time is fast. Jima, you got anything to say?
No, I just want to say like we may take time to wrap up 2025 here. I probably want to let our audience know. We will do that once probably early this year, before the end of this year. We'll try to wrap up what happened in 2025, what the Bottomline sees as the was trending, and some important news that made news in Liberia and around the world. We'll be looking at that probably. We'll give you the time when we'll be coming with that kind of a review of 2025 on the Bottomline. That's just I want to let the audience know. So
Jima is going to be responsible to do that compilation. It's like a year in review. Or most of the major stories that unfolded during the year 2025. We just do small clips about it. Present the clip, then we'll do some talking about it. Then flip to the next clip and stuff like that. That's a very good thing. We'll discuss that after the show or beyond screen. But guys, want to say thank you very much for this first edition of the program, the Bottomline Liberia Discussions. It's been very interesting tonight. And the way we promised you already that we'll be firing up in 2025 and 26. It's not going to be, as the year claims up, the half will be claiming up too until we reach elections day. By the time we reach election day, you will see a different Bottomline Liberia will be firing or will be bringing politicians here if the MP. Some of them may not want to come, but those ones who will play the brave man to come here, at least we'll be able to discuss with them. We're not making anybody afraid. We're not threatening them. They can come. Let them come so we can discuss the issues. But guys, like I said again, Merry belated Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you. And we wish each and every one of us good health for this particular year and the years to come. And we wish the Bottomline Library of success. And to our viewers, you are dear to us because without you, we cannot be here. And I believe also that without us, you will not just sit and look at your television or your computer screen. So we are all working together. You give, we take, we take, and you give. So that's what I can say for now. We will meet you next Tuesday, and it's going to be the 6th of January 2020. Is it the 6th? Yeah, guys, the 6th of January 2026, and we are moving. We are 2 days old. Almost, we are 3 days old. It's after 12 o'clock, almost 1 o'clock my time. So yeah, we are 3 days old now. So guys, I want to say thank you very much. Anybody get any final thing to say? Because we're taking off now.
Yeah, basically, for me, I don't have nothing to say tonight. At least my requests have been denied by Info and Ochulo Play Show. Anyway, thank you very much for being with you guys then tonight. We will be, as I said, the bottom line, the way we see things, that how we see it, we're not sugarcoating anything. And we will always be doing that in our 2026. Man, God bless all of you guys. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Have a lovely night, Jimmy Camaros, Mr. Chulo, please, and Brother Limfa. Have a lovely night. Extend my greeting to your family. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, just want to say Happy New Year to our audience. It's good to be back, and we shall see you next Tuesday. Jamal?
Yeah.
Well, I thought Jamal was
Say
finished.
something?
I'm done. I've said what I've said.